Alright guys, so we're gonna start building the turbo manifold for the FX now. So the first thing we want to do is find out where we want to position the turbocharger. So I was thinking something like right here, because the reason why I'm gonna put it here, I don't want it too close to the brake booster or the master cylinder, because this back housing, everybody knows that gets really hot, so don't want that to start holding the fluid. I can put it back here also, like everybody does, like some people do, but I don't know. I kind of want like off on the side out here, so I think I'm gonna just come out here and just put it like something like this. Give myself enough room to run the piping back, and it's gonna be a straight shot from here down to the intercooler. So the first step what I need to do is position the flange, the turbo flange, where I'm gonna mock up everything. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just going to put a bracket to hold this in place right here, and then I can just start mounting up the pipe. So let me go ahead and start this bracket here, and get it. Okay, so I found this bracket that I'm going to use to just, I found a nice little mounting spot for it, like right back here on the valve cover. The beautiful thing about this bracket also is it's nice and thin, so I can bend it real easy if I have to adjust the flange. So basically I'm just going to put a bolt back here on the back of the valve cover. Tighten that down later. Flange is going to go somewhere here. Alright, so now, like I said, I can play around with this. The metal is kind of thick, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just cut off this access piece and drill 2 holes here, so this can hold this up, and I can also go a little bit lower in it too. So let me take this over to the side and cut that off. Alright guys, so now I got the flange exactly where I need to put it now. So basically this is how everything is starting to line up here. So I got plenty of space to bend the exhaust. I can either come over top with the exhaust and go down that way, or I can try to loop it down to the bottom, but we have plenty of space for that. So now let me start cleaning up the piping. Clean up this coating that they have on here, bevel the edges, and we'll start getting tack welding up everything. So. guys, you're really supposed to break the collectors apart and do this, but I'm not gonna really go through all that because I think I can get a bevel around the edges without doing that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean it up like this. We finished welding up the merge collector, and now we're starting to run the piping. So, you know, we didn't get too far, so you guys didn't miss too much. So we're gonna continue building up the piping. Okay, so I got this. So like I said, we already started with this runner. So I'm gonna just go ahead and just tack weld everything up for one runner, and then I can take back off the. I'll take everything apart, and I'll finish the other runners off the car. That's the best way of doing it. Once you have one welded already, everything will be like stationary, so you don't really have to do all of it on the car. I mean, if you have the space and you want to, you can do everything on the car. So, but I have this one tacked up. So basically, it's gonna do something like this. Let me get another winch back. Okay. So basically, this is where we at. I'm gonna put this here, and then I'm gonna just put this one here, and then run a straight pipe into this. I'm having a little alignment issues with this one already, so what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to add a little a spacer piece on that side down there, so we can get a nice even shot of. I should have just made this longer, but I don't want to take this back apart. I'm just gonna add on an extra piece right here. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and you guys will be here to watch the whole thing. All right. Alright guys, so this is a little extended piece we need for the back to line everything up perfect. So let's take you guys over to the saw now and cut this. Where's my... Saw me doing there, I was basically deburring the inside of the piping. And every time you cut this, the metal peels back inside the piping. So you want to get a nice even flow for the exhaust. You don't want to have any restriction or whatever. So that's basically what I was doing there. So now we have to clean up on the outside now and give it a nice little bevel on the outside so we can weld the pipe properly to the flange. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay guys, so now I have the edges nice and beveled, so when I weld I can get some of the filler rod in there nice and perfect. That's the purpose of doing that. So now I'm gonna just clean them up some more on the bandsaw and we'll get them welded to the flange. So basically these piping usually come with like a little protection coating on it. So basically what I was doing is basically just taking off the coating. So, you know, you never want to weld with that on there. So that's what I was doing there. All right, we're going to go over to the car now and match up everything and see how we're looking. All right, so now this piece is going to go down here to the flange. Try to extend me out a little bit. And then now I can put that like that. And where's my little elbow piece? See my elbow piece around here? There we go now. Kinda hard to hold all this thing together. Kinda hard to hold all this together, but yeah, now you see now we have a nice little straight shot to the to that pipe. So don't have any alignment issues there, and I can turn it back or whatever I need to do. Alright, so let me get this piece welded to the flange and just tack weld to the flange and we'll go from there. Okay, pass me my welding helmet. ready? Turn on helmet. Alright guys, man, look how lucky we got. The piece that I just cut off to make that piece down there, I cut it off of this pipe, right? And this pipe just so happened to be the perfect fitment to go right in between here. Look at this. Talk about luck. Perfect. You see that? Alright, so let me get everything else finished. Tack well up now. So let me clean up this pipe. Burn these sides. This side I don't need to burn because you see they already burned it. This is what I was talking about. When you buy these vibrant elbows, they already come burned, so you don't really need to do anything to it. But since I'm doing the straight pipe, I have to clean this up and burn it myself. So let's go ahead and clean this one up. These two, and burn this up. Basically, we're just trying to see where we're at right now before I start tack rolling up these things. Now we have the one of the runners all tacked up. That's good enough. Now the next step, what we're gonna do, we're gonna move it off the head, and we can go and do the other ones on the table. It's not really necessary for me to do all of them on the engine. I don't have to do that. I'm gonna have to bolt the flange down to maybe like a heatsink plate, like which is this. I still have to make the holes for it, so we don't have any warpage in the flange, and we'll go from there. So this is it for this. So next step is on the table. This is my first manifold I've ever attempted to build. I usually just buy my manifolds. So just for the educational purpose, I said, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and just try to do it so I can learn, you guys can learn. And all I did was research a few things and read a few things, asked a few questions, and I was able to do this. So that just goes to show you guys that you can do anything that you want in life if you even just try it, you know. So we'll see how she all comes out when I'm finished. So next step, like I said, we gotta put it on the table. I gotta back purge the manifold so we don't have any sugar inside the piping, and we'll go from there. We have more than enough space on here, so I really don't have to worry if I'm gonna come out too far or am I gonna be in too close. I have enough space to work with. So as long as I don't go past this point, I'm good, because the exhaust is gonna run back down in between here. I'm not gonna do a hood exit because I want the car quiet, so I'm just gonna run the exhaust all the way back to the back of the car. So that's it. So all right, so let's get on the table.
Existence is something that is spontaneous. Your hair grows by itself. Your heart beats by itself. You breathe pretty much by itself. You don't have voluntary control.